Infection, infectious disease. Now, I want to pick up the first one. What is infection? So, we're looking at the word infection. Well, infection is simply the process by which pathogenic organisms invade and multiply in the body of the host. I take that again. It's the process by which microorganism, pathogenic organism, infectious causing organism invade and multiply in the body of the host. So what is happening here is invasion and multiplication. Invasion, multiplication. And the invasion and multiplication will lead to infectious organism. Will lead to infectious disease. All right, now, if the immune system is not able to manage the infection, it will lead to infectious disease. When the multiplication of the pathogenic organism is out of control, then it causes infectious disease. Now, meanwhile, infection is not the same thing with infectious disease. Now, it's not the same thing. We don't have anything called infection disease. There's nothing like infectious disease. It's infectious disease. Infectious disease, not infection disease. All right. Now, the infection itself is the invasion and the multiplication of pathogenic microscopic organism in the body of the host. So all these things is happening in the body of host. All right. Now, we want to look at how microorganisms can invade the body of the host. Let's clean up the board. So, how pathogenic microbes, not just any microbe, invade the host. Now, how do pathogenic microbes invade the host? Number one is by breaking or damaging the skin barrier. Breaking or damaging the skin barrier. Number two is inhalation. Number three is let's say injection. Number four is transmission of body fluids. So these are processes by which microorganisms, pathogenic microorganisms, invade the body. Breaking or damaging of skin barrier. Then we have inhalation by breathing in. Then we have injection by the food and the water you drink. Then we have transmission of body fluids. This by maybe medical transfusion of blood or sexual intercourse. Now let's pick up the first one. We're looking at the breaking or the damaging of the skin barrier. So we talk about the breaking or breaking of skin barrier. All right. Now, the skin, or the human skin, has a lot of microscopic organisms which are not harmful to the body. It becomes harmful when the microscopic organisms get entrance entrance into the body. Meanwhile, these microorganisms are known as microflorals. Let me use another pen. Now, this name is a little bit outdated. You can see some textbook will use microflorals, and some textbook we use, but this is outdated. And most recent textbook we use microbiome, or they will use microbiota. All right, so we want to see the microbiomes or the microbiota, a cake name microflora of the skin in the human skin. Now, the human skin, the microbiota of human skin. All right. In the human skin, there are some microscopic organisms that are there. Number one, let's talk about the bacteria. The microscopic organisms that are bacteria in the human skin. I can talk about, number one, the Staphylococcus epidermis. Number two is Staphylococcus aureus. Number four is Staphylococcus hominis. Number five is, let's use this number four, Micrococcus. And then we are still going to look at Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Pseudomonas aeruginosa. All right. These microscopic organisms are found on the skin of every man, and they are all known as opportunistic pathogen. Why are they called opportunistic pathogen? Because they dwell on the skin. No matter how you take your bath, they're in your skin. So they're on your skin, but they are not causing harm. They are part of the body microbiota, microbiome, or microflora, that's the archaic name for it, and they don't cause disease to the body. But when the skin barrier is being damaged, the microorganism will get entrance into the body. And if the immune system is not able to manage the infection, because at that stage it's called infection, and if the immune system is not able to manage that infection, it will lead to infectious disease. When the immune system is compromised, and the ability to manage the infection for some human is different from human to human. What I mean is this: the ability for a human or a man or a woman to manage infection depends on the strength, how strong the immune system is. That means that if someone has a weak immune system, it will make the person susceptible to infectious diseases. So let's see some fungi before we move ahead. Let's see some fungi. Some fungi that dwells on the skin. Actually, you need to know that, okay, still on skin barrier, you need to know that fungi is known as mycota. Mycota. Now, fungi is also called mycota. We've talked about bacteria on the skin. It's not just bacteria that dwell on the skin. In fact, microorganisms, microbiology studies buffer. Okay, buffer, bacteria, algae, virus, archaea, protozoan, and hermites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bacteria, algae, virus, archaea, protozoan, hermites. Now, we talked about the bacteria, and we told you the bacteria that are found on the skin, which are pathogenistic, opportunistic pathogens. And then we're talking about the fungi now. This fungi is called mycota. As taxonomical classification of fungi is mycota. So the microorganisms that dwell on the skin that are fungi are mycobiota, or is called microbiome. All right. Microbiota is different from microbiome, although they are used interchangeably. Microbiota is talking about all the fungi that is on a specified environment, while microbiome is talking about all the fungi inclusively and the genetic material, the whole genetic material, the genome of all the fungi. So let's pick some of those fungi that we can see on the skin. So let's talk about Candida albicans that causes candidiasis. Candida albicans. This one causes candidiasis. We have the Aspergillus flavus. This guy also stays on the skin, and the two of those is known as opportunistic pathogen. Anyway, now let's move to another means by which pathogenic organism can get entrance into the body of the host. And when they get entrance to the body of the host, they are called infection. That process is called infection. At that stage is called infection. But when the microscopic organisms has multiplied and has caused a compromise to the immune system, it leads to infectious disease. Now, let's look at inhalation. So, microorganisms